Hey guys, it's Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and welcome to my channel today. Today is Motivational Monday, so sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Today I'm wearing a wig by Hair Kitty Kitty. This is actually Zoe, and this wig has actually not been released yet. So the release date was going to be back a couple of months back, and then it got delayed because of several supply chain issues. So it still has not been released, but I think this wig is just too pretty for me not to wear. So let's talk about seasons of our lives today. In the 3rd chapter of Ecclesiastes, the preacher talks about, and I'm going to read this, it says, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." Then it goes on to list kind of a series of opposites: a time to love, a time to hate, a time to laugh, a time to weep. But I want to talk today a little bit about the different seasons that come into our lives and how seasons of the year kind of parallel things that happen to us. The first thing I want to address about seasons is they change. Here in East Tennessee, all you have to do pretty much is just open your door or look out your window, and every 30 minutes you can see pretty much a weather change. But there are still definite seasons of the year. Right now, we happen to be in the spring season, and we are getting some cool weather still, but we have had some unseasonably warm weather. But one thing about seasons, if you just stick around long enough, they're going to change, folks. Just like our circumstances, seasons change. And our circumstances, if we give it enough time, our circumstances do change as well. Now, it may not be a major change. You may not all at once be transported to an entirely different, planet to live on. So you're not going to have that type of change, but each season and circumstance in your life, they're kind of parallel. So if we just hang on long enough, that circumstance in our life will eventually change. The second thing about seasons is they arrive regardless. As much as I wanted to drag out fall, which is my favorite time of year, I love the changing of the leaves. I love the cool weather. I like to watch UT football, all that stuff. As much as I love all that stuff, winter is going to arrive regardless of whether I want it to or not. And then after winter, spring, after spring, summer. That is the natural progression of things, just like it's the natural progression of our lives. Things progress and things arrive in our lives regardless of whether they are welcome or whether they aren't. We just have to decide when things arrive unexpectedly in our lives, whether they're pleasurable or not. We have to decide how are we going to handle that. And if we are a little bit prepared and we know ahead of time that these things are in fact going to happen, we are better equipped to handle them when they do. The third thing is, and this is my favorite, each season is beautiful in its own way. There was a song, and I want to think it might have been B.J. Thomas that sang "Everything is Beautiful in Its Own Way," and I actually think that on some level that is true. But each season of the year has its own beauty. In spring, you have the lovely flowers. In summer, you have the warmth of the sun. In the autumn, you have the leaf changing season. And then in the winter, you have snow. Now, I know for those of you who live, north of the Mason-Dixon line, who have had a lot of snow this year, you may not be all that thrilled with snow. But snow, viewed from a distance, is absolutely lovely. Some of the most beautiful landscape paintings involve snow. So even though when these seasons in our lives come about, we need to strive to find the beauty in that season. And I can tell you now, as a widow, I really, really struggled to find the beauty in my time of grief. It's really hard when you're in the midst of that circumstance. But after I look back on it and I see how God orchestrated things in my life to bring me about to where I am today, I can clearly see that there was beauty in those ashes. There really and truly was beauty. God was making me and forming me into the woman that I am today. And I'm pretty happy with this old gal. I really and truly am. And I think if we take that posture and see the beauty in every circumstance, in every instance, in every spot that we are in, maybe not in the moment, because it's really hard when you're down at a graveside weeping over your husband and you're on your hands and knees crying out. It's very hard to see the beauty in that moment. But if we will take time to reflect back on those moments with a different perspective, view it with a little bit of different lens, if you will, we can see how God was working in our lives, even in our moments of despair. Listen, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Maranatha, folks. Bye-bye.